Hi everybody, we are live from Highland High School where the good guys, that's right, the Highland Hornets, are trying to keep our playoff hopes alive. Whoopsie doodles, I apologize folks, did not mean to do that. If I can fix this old thing. Oh, this is odd. But anyways, camera's not cooperating with me right now, but oh well. There we go, that's more like it. Tommy Maroon for WHBW. Sorry if the camera looks a little sideways right now. That's just how it is with the gimbal. I mean, it's better than nothing, am I right, folks? Yeah, it's obviously better than nothing. Coach Jay Grissom breaks out the team. Think we're ready for the starting lineups and national anthem and all that great stuff. Let's listen.
Whereabouts in Michigan? My wife,
I'll make it simple for you, folks. Win 6 in a row, you're a state champion. Lose one of those games, you're not. 7 divisions. We are almost ready. Dan Miller is going to be on the mound for the Black and Green Brigade today, so that's always a good thing. He does a great job, as we know by now. Lots of people here today, either that or I've never noticed because I'm down third base side, but you know what, my good friend Logan at Fire Alarm Chief 101, he is doing the commentary down third base line. So if you want a commentary, if you want some commentary from a real Highland student, like a current Highland student, not just some crazy alum, watch his live stream. He does a good job. Seriously, he does a great job. Sean Brewer leads off by Nicholas Sherwood. After Sherwood is Jake Young. After Jake Young is Cole Young. Then Chris Campbell, Andrew Nash, Sean Biller, Ethan Thompson, and James Steffes. How does our field look like? It looks like Peyton Ganda's behind the plate right there. Grady Gibb out at first. Who's at second? You might be wondering. That's Cam Cook. At third is Nick Dubkowski. At short, Noah Radigan. At left field, Matt Dean. At center, Colton Winston. Right field, Luke Girding. And doing the DH duties out there is none other than Mr. Casey Miser. And again, Dan Miller on the mound today. Now, we played the Demons earlier this season, resulted in an 8-4 loss. I think it was Jake Jung that hit the grand slam, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. No, it was one of the Youngs that hit the grand slam. I say Jung. I think it's Young, actually. I apologize. But it was a grand slam, and it really set the stage, unfortunately. And the good guys wound up losing 8-4. So we're waiting for the game to begin. Gander Rifles one down to second. Sean Brewer, the right fielder, gets this game started. Lots and lots of people here today in beautiful Granger, Ohio. Coach Winston yelling at Luke to move over. We're almost ready. Westlake dugout barking. Hopefully they won't have much to bark about though. Dan's ready. Here we go. Hornets Demons first pitch is a strike. Great to have you aboard. Time Richard, play-by-play announcer. Might say Dan might be one of our best guys on the mound, so we'll see if he's got what he needs. 0-1. He got Sean to swing and miss at that one badly. 0-2. Far too late on that heater was Brewer. Dan looking for that punch out. Ooh, mighty close. Dan thought that was strike 3, but alas, 1-2. There's nobody out. This is the leadoff man of the contest. And a 1-2. He finally got Brewer right there with a swing and a miss. That's 1. Nick Sherwood. He's the batter. They're playing music right now. I don't know if that's the intent. But Dan Miller gets ready. Here comes the first pitch, showing bunt, and he has to dance out of the way right there. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Sherwood, the left fielder. On a beautiful, pretty all right day, I guess you might say. Weather in the 60s. Not really summer weather. 2-0. Kind of disappointing that the weather ain't too nice, but you know what? As long as if it ain't raining, that's all I'm concerned about. Even though it does look overcast. 2-0 pitch. Shot in left field. Matt Dean's got it. 2 gone. That was not easy. Hit on a line. Jake Young is up. Jake Young, the catcher. We'll see what Young does out here. Westlake 14-12 on the season. We are 18-3. One of our 3 losses, of course, coming to those Demons. First pitch, he shows bunt. Young watches. 1-0. Low and away. So Dan working fast out there. His 1-0 coming up. And that one's upstairs. Really, he's missed upstairs today, making it 2-0. Second time Dan finds himself in a 2-ball, no strike count out there. Mr. Miller misses again, 3-0, and Cole Young is on deck. That's the scary part, folks. One of the Youngs hit a grand slam off us. When we played them earlier this month, it was a tough 8-4 loss as Dan finally rifles a strike. He knew it was going to take the whole way right there. 3-1. Westlake's coach telling them what to do as a 3-1 is hit foul out to right. Nobody's going to catch that. Like for a kiss. Someone dug out, but I did tell you, the count that started off 3-0 has now become 3-2. Full count. Winner gets Chardon or St. V. St. M in the district finals. Payoff. Walked it. So there won't be a perfect game today, much to my disappointment, but you know what? Got to get Cole Young out.
Next is the bat, number 3, Cole Young.
Young with Young at first. There's 2 men retired out here. Dan Miller's got to be locked in, folks. Ooh, he got him to swing at the waist. 0-1. That was a good pitch there by Dan Miller. Dan, the tall junior, he's batting 6th in the lineup today as well. Matt Dean, the only one on the field today that's not in the lineup. 0-1, 0-2. You heard the umpire be vocal about that. 0-2. I'll try to update you on Chardon SVSM as much as possible. Nothing to Dan, 1 strikeout today. Oh, I don't know how he made contact on that. That was high and in, but he did a good job nonetheless. Still 0-2. Jake Young at first. Cole Young is up. Dan ready. 0-2 again. Runner goes. This one hit high in the air straightaway. Stern Colton Winston going back. He's got it. 3 gone. Good play by Colton Winston right there. Speaking of Colton Winston, he was leading off. You guessed it, Colton Winston. So after that comes Casey Miser, then Noah Radigan. After Noah Radigan, Peyton Ganda, then Grady Gibb, then Dan Miller, then Luke Girding, then Nick Dubkowski, and Cam Cook rounding things out, batting 9. Boy, oh boy, it's a windy day today, I'll tell you that. Wind blowing in from home plate out to center, so we might see some balls travel out here today. Perhaps, maybe. I really don't know. I really do not know. What I can tell you is that this has been hopefully a good one. Cole Young on the mound. He was the one that flew out to the man who's leading off, and none other than good old Colton Winston. Colton right there. After Colton, of course, comes Casey. After Casey comes Noah. That's his zoo up for the Black and Green Brigade out there in the bottom half of the first. Dan Miller hung a donut on the Demons. Let's hope there are more donuts where that came from. So the catcher and Jake Young checks in. Jake Young checks in. Can't really speak right there for some odd reason or whatnot. We are almost ready for the bottom half of inning number 1. Speaking of Logan out there on the left field line, did you know that we're going to have a live stream together tomorrow, 12:40, 12:45? Be sure to tune in. We'll be on Logan's YouTube channel, Fire Alarm Chief 101. He does a lot of cool stuff. He is a good broadcaster, but I'm pretty sure, I repeat, pretty sure we all, and I mean all, know that by now. So yeah, if you're not watching his webcasts, his live streams, I highly suggest that you do. He does a good job. Good kid.
Now batting for Highland, number 23.
Colton Winston leads off. We're clapping each other on out there. Colton, the left-handed, batting left-handed, throwing outfielder, of course, for the good guys. 0-0 as we reach the bottom half of inning number 1. Cole Young on the mound, Jake Young catching. Colton leading off, third baseman playing in. But Colton bunts anyways, that's a beauty. It goes foul though, third base side. Nice effort nonetheless. Now the third baseman.
Are the young kids twins?
I don't know.
Let's look at what year they are.
Nope, they don't have it.
Oh, no.
But Ethan Thompson really now aware of the bunt. 0-1 coming up. Colton whiffs 0-2. So now you got to abandon the bunt attempt. No doubt about that. 0-0. Getting ready once again. Here comes the pitch. Colton bounces one high to first. He might outleg that. He will outleg it. That is a good infield hit there by Colton. Everybody clapping him on.
Now batting for Highland, number 25.
It is Casey Miser's turn to bat. This dude's a tough out, but I'm pretty sure we all know that by now. Casey Miser, the junior. That's going to be tough. Colton at first. Ain't nobody out. Casey in a left for a base hit. We'll see if Colton Opie holds it second. Noah Radigan's turn to bat. Casey first pitch swinging, and that was a good idea.
Give it a ride,
Noah Radigan, the shortstop, of course, was on that conference championship winning basketball team. So Young talks with Young. Jake Young talks to Cole Young. Colton at second, Casey at first, ain't nobody out. Coach Rob Hardgrove patrolling first base. Jay Grissom, the head coach, he's down at third. Really, this is a timeout taken by Noah, but I'm starting to sweat a little bit, the Demons perhaps. 2 hits to kick off the ball game, not ideal for Young. Wind really going crazy out here. Won't be surprised if no bunts. He's going to do just that. Got a good one down to the mound. Throw down a first off line. It just got him. But now Peyton Ganda's up. And Cole Young's got to deal with runners in scoring position with 1 gone.
Next up with Highland, number 14, Peyton Ganda.
Big Peyton Ganda. He's, of course, a senior. He'll be playing college ball at Tiffin next year. That's a D2 school. Talking with Mr. Ganda about that earlier today. Strike 1. We got a grass field out at Tiffin. Mr. Ganda says the coach is mowing almost every day. 0-1 to Ganda. Young is ready. He's going to let it go. He holds up. Good eye there. Good block by Jake Young. Cole Young again on the mound. Jake behind the plate. That might take me some time to get used to. You know it. Just trying to fix this. Yes, sir. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jake ready. Or Cole ready. He lets it go. Fouled, and that one stuck up there. As noted. He's down in a 2-strike count. Oh my. Ganda's got to get something going here. Always worrisome. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Bottom half of inning number 1. Young lets it go. Good eye by Ganda. That's not easy. 2-2 all and away. Low and away. So it is Grady Gibb waiting patiently on deck. He would be next. West, of course, the double play. 2-2. 1 gone. 0-0 our score. Ganda down looking. He knew it. Ooh, he knew darn well that was strike 3. It's all right. The inning ain't over yet. For Grady Gibb is up.
Number 3, Grady Gibb.
Grady Gibb. With Colton at third and Casey at second. Don't get too many opportunities like these, folks. That gets away. Here comes Colton Winston to the plate. Throw home is wild. He didn't even, never mind, he did. 1-0. Now he touches home, all right. A little worried there. Thought for a second he missed it, but it's all good. A wild pitch thrown by Cole Young, and now we won't have to worry about blowing the opportunity now. We attack first over the Demons. That's something we didn't do last time. Young gets a pep talk with his coach. Don't know what his name is. I apologize. Grady in a 1 ball, no strike count. Casey in the meantime moved down to third. Another bad pitch there by Cole Young. Jake is behind the plate. Cole is on the mound again. Might take me some time to get used to. 2-0 to Gibb. He's going to bounce one a second, and that one's booted. It'll be 2-0. Courtesy of some Grady Gibb hitting. Booted by the second baseman and Gavin McMillan. McMillan not in the lineup, not in the batting order. Dan Miller, the pitcher, trying to help himself out. Dan, borderline pitch. It's taken 0-1. So obviously this has been a fruitful inning. 2 runs cashed in. 1 on a wild pitch, 1 on an error. And now Cole Young is strike away from getting out what's been a tough start. He's got to be frustrated with himself on the wild pitch as that one misses low, 1-2. He's also got to be frustrated with McMillan out there, Gavin McMillan. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cole Young gonna let it go right about now. That gets away, but it's blocked. Thus making it 2-2. I tell you, Young has been working hard out there this inning, Cole Young. Getting ready once again. And now the 2-2. Gibb at first. Full count after it started off 0-2. Luke Girding would be next. Gibb's going to have the jump start. 3-2, 2 out, 2-0. Payoff. Dan fouls it. Right field. Is that going to be caught? Nope. No, it's not. Try it again. 7th pitch of the at-bat. Been a long inning for the Demons so far. That's something I can tell you. Full count, 2 gone. Gibb gonna run again. There he goes. Payoff upstairs. And he walks down after having him 0-2. It is Luke Girding's turn to bat. 2 cashed in, 2 on, but 2 out. So if you do the math, it's the 7th batter of the inning. Luke Girding. That's a strike. He checked this one. I don't think he went, but I think that would have been taken anyways for a strike. Regardless, it's 0-1. Obviously, things are going pretty well for us so far. 2-0 in the bottom half of inning number 1. And now Gird down in an 0-2 hole. So Cole Young again a strike away from getting out what's been a frustrating first for him. 2 runs cashed in. Could be more, perhaps. 0-2. And Gird takes a timeout. He will reset. On a bit of a chilly and windy Tuesday. 0-2. Cole Young, ready. Can't get Gird with that one. Upstairs, 1-2. That's right. If it were to be continued, Nick Dubkowski would be the next man up. 1-2. Yep. That's a strike. 1-2 is a strike. Sorry if I held an S for too long. I don't know what I was doing. Oh boy, but we did get 2 runs. This is the inning where you want to mow them down and really do a good job out there. So it's Dan Miller returning to the mound, I can only assume. Surprised Coach Grissom didn't take him out and re-enter him. But Coach Grissom's and Dan Miller are going to have to deal with Chris Campbell, Andrew Nash, and Sean Biller. We can really try and get that ball off the screen. And there is something you don't see too often, trying to get the ball off the screen. They get another ball on the screen. You know, despite that being a tough inning, Cole Young did strike out too. I believe, yes, Dan has one strikeout. It was the leadoff man, Sean Bullard. On this chilly Tuesday. Feels like a fall day in my opinion. I'll tell you, fall time is postseason time in professional baseball, so maybe that is kind of fitting to the fact that this is postseason baseball. Chris Campbell leads off, followed by Andrew Nash, followed by Sean Biller. 2-0. Good guys on top. Dan Miller. He's back out there. As Chris Campbell leads off. The first pitch coming up. Ooh, that is heat if I ever saw some. 0-1. He couldn't catch up. No, sir. 0-1. Dan Miller lets it go. Ooh, just missed. 1-1. It's all right. It's all right. Things are still going well for us. Up 2-0 here in the second inning. Dan Miller gives up a foul ball back. Looked like the man on deck, Andrew Nash, was going to get the ball, but I guess not. Dan looking for that first out of the inning. Not going to get it with a waste pitch like that. 2-2. Try to get him to bait at it, golf at it, whatever you want to say. Dan Miller on 2-2. Back over the middle of their first hit. So that's not how you want to start off the inning at all, folks. Andrew Nash is up.
Number 24, Andrew Nash.
Andrew Nash with one on and nobody out. They're cheering on Nash. Dan needs that ground ball, doesn't he, folks? It's funny because when we lost to Westlake earlier this season, the BW pitcher, Britt Costura, threw a no-hitter and I missed it. Strike 1, 0-1. So there won't be a no-hitter to make up for it, unfortunately. But there could be a win to make up for it, judging by how things are going so far. Never know. 9-1, Andrew Nash. Shown bunt. Ball gets away. Ganda, oh my, the runner didn't even bother going down to second. That's odd. Chris Campbell just staying there. Thought for sure he'd take second on that. One ball, one strike. Dan ready. Ain't nobody out. Foul. Tip in the mitt. 1-2. Good pitch there by Dan Miller. Dan is getting ready once again. So looking at Ganda's target. One maybe having a factor out here. Maybe being a factor. 1-2. Oh, nice. One gone. Got him looking. Second strikeout of the ball game for Dan Miller. And Dan Miller's going up against Sean Biller.
Now batting for Westlake, number 1, Sean Biller.
2-0. Biller, of course, the tying run with 1 on and 1 out here in the second. Pickoff. Didn't get him. It's all right. Dan Miller's been the man we've needed all season long on the mound. There's the first pitch coming up right here to Biller. Bunting pops it up. Dan Miller. Wow, you talk about not a good bunt right there as Ethan Thompson is up. Ethan Thompson, number 32 for Westlake. He's the third baseman. Just need to fix something, folks. Excuse me for 1 second. There we go. Dan Miller guns the ball, 1 up. There's 1-0 here, 2 gone in the top half of inning number 2. Whoa, whoa. Did not mean to do that. Pitch coming up. Fouled back. That's stuck up there. Looks like Mr. Ganda's got it. Don't worry. Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 gone in the second inning. Dan Miller gonna want to go. Think he went 1-2. Dan looking for a second shutout. He may wants to no-hitter this inning, but hey, as long as if he gives up a 0 in this inning, that's all he's gonna care about. Timeout as Ethan Thompson steps out for a second. 1-2, of course, Westlake's field, it's a turf infield, grass outfield, kind of odd. Here, this is all grass. 1-2. Foul, tipping the mitt. That's 3 strikeouts for Dan Miller. He recorded all 3 outs in the second inning, whether it was the strikeouts or the bunt pop out. 2 zip. Yep. Mr. Bailey knows Sandstorm's a great sports song to ever exist. Cool Young back out there. Of course, you got to subscribe to Logan's channel too at Firearm Chief 101. He does a dandy of a job. I'm famous. Okay, maybe I'm not, but it's all right. Because we got Nick Dubkowski leading off, followed by Cam Cook, followed by none other than the leadoff man, Colton Winston. I was going to check who it was, and then it just popped in my head just as I was going to go down to see the lineup. How about that? Cole Young is on the mound. He sees Jake Young rifle 1 down at second. Mr. Dubkowski right there, number 13 for the Black and Green Brigade.
Now batting for the Hornets, number 13, Nick Dubkowski.
Nick leads off for the good guys. Here we go. 8, 9, and 1 due up. First pitch. Nick is way late, 0-1. Nothing in 1 here, bottom half of the second. Nobody gone, 8, 9, 1 of course due up. Nick is already down 0-2. He just looked at that one, it was frozen. Someone got the pickaxe out. Hopefully he'll get the pickaxe out and use a pickaxe to hit 1 out. Or he uses a pickaxe to swing and miss instead, throw down the first one, gone. Not how you want to start off the inning. But I tell you, Cam Cook is up. Cam Cook, the second baseman for the good guys, also on that star-studded basketball team. Did a great job, of course, this year. Cam 0-1. Tell you, Cole Young doing good so far, and we'll see if he can keep it up or whatnot. 0-1, Cam Cook. Oh my, it's a strike, but dropped by the catcher, Jake Young. It's 0-2. More than halfway to an immaculate inning. Oh, you gods. What you do here if you're Cam Cook, you got to be careful, of course. 0-2 pitch. Here we go, no immaculate inning, 1-2. Of course, it's so darn hard to get an immaculate inning, as we know by now. Almost nearly a possible sight. I mean, 9 consecutive strikes. And Cam Cook also swings at a bad pitch. 4 strikeouts now for Young. 2 gone on the throw down to first. Colton Winston started off this ball game for us hitting with a high bouncer to first that he outlegged for a single. And Cole Young wasn't even bothering going down to first. Some bad judgment there, but I think they ruled it an infield hit nonetheless. Colton shows bunt 0-1. Cole Young, 4 strikeouts in the contest. Oh boy. Colton this time grounds one again, a first and up there by the first baseman, flips down to Young. He struck out 4 through 2. There's just one little issue. He's given up 2 runs, and Dan's given up 0. All right, James Stuffish, Sean Brewer, Nicholas Sherwood. 3 strikeouts for Dan through 2. 4 strikeouts for Cole Young through 2. There's good old Dan Miller, the star right-hander for the Hornets. Of course, we have really just 3, sometimes 4 pitchers out there. I know their usual 3 consists of Dan Miller. Who else other than Dan Miller? Of course, we're talking about good old Reed Oney and Cooper Richnavsky. Out of those 3, Cooper the only one that's a lefty. Yes, Logan, you deserve some too. You do a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure we all appreciate you as well.
Indeed.
You do a dandy.
How about that?
Yes. Yes. So it's the number 9 hitter, followed by the leadoff man, followed by the 2 hitter. Ganda with a good rifle down to second. Yep, as I always like to say, I'm influencing the next generation of broadcasters. Logan Kane right there, he's walking. He's doing a good job, I tell you. He's a good broadcaster. You want to subscribe to this channel because we're going to be teaming up tomorrow for a live stream. I know, how cool is that? Not every day you get to see that, folks. Oh boy, that's high, and then he had to dance out of the way right there, Jim Stuffish, making it 1-0. Dan Miller, 1-0. Got him to swing and miss, 1-1, and combined 7 strikeouts for both pitchers through the first 12 outs of the contest. 0-2. Or no, 1-2 rather, I ought to say. I got confused by the scoreboard out there. It still says 0-0 up there. It's 2-0 good, guys. Don't worry. Down on 1-2. Almost pinned the corner perfectly right there. He thought it was a called, but it's all right. 2-2 to Stuffish. Still got 2 strikes on him, of course. Nobody out. Dan Miller. Got him. 4 strikeouts for Dan the Junior. 1 away. John Brewer, one of the 4 strikeout victims today for the Demons.
Now batting for Westlake, number 25, Sean Brewer.
Brewer. As here comes the first pitch to Brewer. Fouled all the way back. Ain't nobody gonna get that. I say nobody, I mean it. 0-1 pitch. Sharply hit center field. Colton's gonna have to play that one on a few hops. Can't hit the ball any harder than that, folks. Nick Sherwood is up.
15, Nicholas Sherwood.
As in Sherwood be good to get a ground ball here, but will it happen is the $1 million question. We got ourselves a 1-on, 1-out situation. Sherwood with Brewer at first. Ooh, good stab by Ganda. Obviously, as much as you'd love to get a strikeout, you'd rather get a ground ball here because that gets you out of the inning and get you another shutout inning in the process. Next Sherwood, again, your batter. He's ahead 2-0. My word. So again, it's Brewer at first. One gone. It was the third inning of the game earlier this season when Westlake burned us bad. To second, though, Cam Cook down to Noah for one, down to Gibb. That's a double play. And just as I said it best, folks, we needed a ground ball. We got a ground ball. It's that simple. Well, I'm not wrong. 2-0 after 2.5. Yep. Everybody enjoying that after that. Crowd pretty darn happy, I ought to say. So Casey Miser, then Noah Radigan, then Peyton Ganda. That's 2, 3, 4 for the good guys. But of course, Cole Young is a man who struck out 4 today. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Well, I'm enjoying this one, folks. 2.5 innings through this game, and we got ourselves a nice little 2, not a lead, as in the Demons haven't had anything. I'll be honest, when that contact was made to Cam Cook, I didn't see it at first. So I was scared. I thought, oh God, they're going to have another big third inning, but have a big third inning? They did not. Because remember, it was the third inning of the game at Westlake where they burned us like toast. And that ain't good to be burned like toast. Bottom half of inning 3. Casey Miser, he's right there on your screen. You can also look at Noah Radigan right there. Casey, the left-hander, number 25. Noah, the right-hander, number 11. Noah Radigan is on deck, of course, because Casey Miser is going to step up to the plate. Now, Casey Miser, he's got a single to his credit and a run scored.
Now batting for Highland, number 25, Casey Miser.
There's a good look at Mr. Miser. So 1, 2, 3 inning last time from Cole Young. He'd love to do it again, but let's hope not. Casey Miser. Ball 1 inside by a little bit, 1-0. Again, 4 strikeouts for both pitchers today. 2 runs given up by Young, 0 for Dan. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch coming up. Casey fouls one way back. Let's say it's a souvenir, but you got to return the ball. So there ain't no souvenirs. Sad, I know. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Casey is going to lay off 2-1, as in there are 2 people tuning in and 1 person who's like the stream. The more the merrier, folks. The more to Logan's live stream, the merrier. 2-1. He is going to hit one high in the air around his center field. Did that get out of here? That ball is gone! Casey Miser launches one over the center field wall, and we're talking 3-0. Oh my goodness! Casey Miser circles the bases. He really got a hold of that one. And he gets a round of applause from everybody.
Now batting for Highland, number 11, Noah.
My goodness, Noah Radigan is up. Not every day you see a home run in this joint, I tell you. He once says the home plate umpire. Of course, being a playoff game, there are 3 umpires instead of the usual 2. 1-1. Noah wisely was off. Noah had a sack bunt in that first inning that advanced Colton and Casey down. My goodness, that was a nice hit by Casey Miser. Oh, he has to limbo out of the way right there. 2-1 to Mr. Radigan. All of a sudden, I'm starting to feel some drops of rain. That ain't good. Seeing some droplets on my phone. And he just can't find the zone right now. Cole Young. Man on deck's Peyton Ganda. 3 balls and a strike. Cole Young lets it go. Fouled up, heads up, heads up. Who's going to get it? Kid. Full count. Ain't nobody out here in the third inning where the good guys are ahead 3-0. Oh, no, I thought it was a ball 4, but instead he will be going back to the dugout. 5 strikeouts now for Cole Young. But it's Peyton Gandil, one of the 5 strikeout victims today. Who's up? Tell you, Young is really having a lot of pitches out there. A lot of runs, too. 1-0. Lots of runs, lots of strikeouts. Kind of been a roller coaster game for him, you might say. It is 1-0. It is 2-0. Peyton Gandil. Tough out, Peyton Gandil. Playing ball at Tiffin, of course, next year. The Dragons. And he's ahead 3-0. You got Gibb waiting patiently on deck over there. It's a 3-ball, no-strike count. You know what I like to do on 3-0? Take the whole way. Even though he may offer easy one, or may offer one way upstairs. Regardless, you're on base nonetheless. It's Grady Gibb's turn to bat. Grady Gibb, a good player. They're going to talk things over. We'll see what the coach has to say. I don't think he's going to take him out yet. But what I do believe is that we got ourselves a 3-0 lead. That's right, there is a grill right there with some burgers. Wow, that's so cool. Who would have thunk it? I don't know where the burgers are right now, but we'll see in the future as everybody breaks huddle. Yes, Grady Gibb. He's got 1 on and 1 out in the bottom half of inning number 3, courtesy of a Casey Miser home run. We've scored this inning. Gibb fouls one deep to right. Ooh, that one almost hit a car. That would have been bad. That would not have been good. That'd be a very unhappy car owner, I tell you. 0-1, Grady Gibb waiting. Good eye, that's a good eye. Not easy to look at that. So Cole Young ready once again. He's ready to rifle his 1-1, which is, ooh. You still have that reaction nonetheless, even with the caging. I mean, you know the ball is not going to be hit at you, considering the caging, of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Dan Miller is the man on deck. Unless, of course, Gibb gets into a double play. Again, 5 strikeouts today for Young. He'd love to get half a dozen. 2-2. He won't get half a dozen, but he might get that. Oh, no, it's booted. They will get 1 out and only 1 out. Only 1 as Dan Miller steps up to the dish. Gibb the man at first. There's 2 gone. Dan, the starter, trying to help himself out, help out his own cause, whatever you want to say. He's trying to help out. A 3-0 affair. Strike 1, 0-1. A little bit rainy right now. We'll see if it lasts or whatnot. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Good eye by Dan, 1-1. Dan Miller. A 1 ball, 1 strike count. Grady Gibb, the man at first, 2 gone. Spin, throw, safe. Of course, it's kind of hard to pick off a man at first when you're a righty. You got to spin around and throw, whereas a lefty can just simply throw it down without it even hesitating. 1-1. Dan grounds 1 to second. Easy play there to conclude the third. But Casey Miser did Casey Miser things, which is hit a home run out to dead center field. And we're talking a 3-0 ball game after 3. This is your one stop for all things Highland Ball and Wallace. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, bell icon on this video. It'd be Jake Young, Cole Young, Chris Campbell. Yep, that's 3, 4, 5, all right. Dan Miller's giving up 2 hits today. I think 3 hits, I want to say, for Cole Young. I want to say 3 hits. One of them, of course, the long ball to Casey Miser. Girding races out there to right field.
Tommy, how deep is the fence here?
You know, it's like, I remember it was like 340, 350 out where he hit it.
I was thinking 330 up the line, but I had no idea.
It used to be out there before we got the new fencing.
I thought did not see the sign.
Yeah, they changed the fencing this year. I tell you, it looks a lot better now, but I'd like to see how far it was. Hey, BW did the same thing to our fencing. We got rid of, we got rid of our numbers and just put up a bunch of historical stuff, like the years we made the World Series and stuff.
Now batting for Westlake, number 2, Jake Young.
Jake Young, the catcher, leads off. That's 3, 4, 5, Young Campbell. There are 2 Youngs. Jake, Cole, and of course Chris Campbell. You know for sure Dan Miller's going to be back out there. Why would he not be back out there? That's the question. Strike 1. Of course, there have been 5 strikeouts for Cole Young, 4 for Dan Miller through 3 innings. Dan's got the upper edge. Got some to swing and miss right there. Almost too easy for Dan, 0-2. As Mr. Miller getting ready once again in his wind-up 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Nobody's going to catch that. Heads up. It lands in a bush. There's a good line for the concession stand, really for the first time all day, I think. Did the math. This is my 121st broadcast between Highland Ball and Wallace this season. Hard to believe. What's not hard to believe is that Dan Miller just notched his 5th strikeout of the ball game, getting Jake Young on some high cheese. And now it's Cole Young to the bat. In the top half of inning number 4, rain coming down a little bit, but not disturbing anybody. He bounces that one about 58 feet. Maybe 59. 1 ball, no strikes. There's Dan Miller going fast, 1-1. He knows how to go fast and get out. As noted by the fact that he's going 3 1/3 shutout so far. 1. Misses long away. It is 2 and 1. And a chilly day, on a chilly day here in Granger. 2-1 pitch. He misses bad to Cole Young as Chris Campbell waits patiently on deck in a 3-1 count. There's Campbell right there. 3 balls, 1 strike the pitch. Dan gets him to line it off. Matt Dean won't get there. Base hit. That's the 3rd hit given up today for Dan. He's already had 1 ground ball to get him out of an inning today. We'll have to make it 2 with Chris Campbell. Need I remind you folks, Chris Campbell does have a hit to his credit. With the 3 Westlake Demon hits. Wind really howling out there, hitting everybody's backs, the fans' backs. There's one going way back and foul, heads up. Good thing it didn't hit my car. That would have been bad. Got it a year ago, too. Nothing in one. Dan ready once again. There's 0-1 coming up. And that gets away from Gander. Runner to think about going down second. And oh, he almost took out Dan on that. But fortunately, he didn't. And count is now 1-1 with one gone here in the fourth. So ground ball won't do you any justice. Cole Young at second, one gone. 1-1 coming up. Ooh, he got Campbell to look silly on that swing. 1-2. Again, 5 strikeouts for each pitcher today. Chris Campbell waiting. Dan Miller getting set. 1-2, the pitch coming up, and Campbell, he won. He can go down to first, but Gander's going to easily get him out at first. Runner Young down to third meanwhile, but 2 gone. Andrew Nash is up. Excuse me for 1 second. I had to sneeze. I think I gotta.
Now batting in the 24, Andrew Nash.
Andrew Nash, the first baseman, is Dan Notch's knockout number 6. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Dan getting ready once again with Young at third here. 2 gone. 0-1 pitch. Good stab there by Gander. Runner won't go home. Almost at the halfway checkpoint of this ball game. 3-0 so far. Good guys lead over the Demons. 1-1 pitch. Ooh, he's a strike away from getting his 3rd strikeout of the inning, 7th of the contest, but most importantly, his 4th shutout. Dan standing tall out there. You know that for a fact. He's going to let his 1-2 go with 2 outs. Got him. Got him swinging. That's 3. Dan Miller doing his thing out there. Look at him. He looks pretty calm, though. That's 4th shutout for Mr. Miller. I think he was the 3rd out of the inning, so I think... Wait, was he? Yeah, I think he was, which means it'd be 7, 8, 9. Luke Girding. Luke Girding, Nick Dubkowski. And after Nick Dubkowski would be Cam Cook. That's 7, 8, 9 for the Black and Green Brigade. Cole Young now down in the strikeout total. 7-5. Of course, he's pitched half an inning fewer.
On behalf of the Highland Athletic Department, we would like to thank our game day sponsor today, Miles Trucking. Thank you, Miles Trucking, for your continued support.
Well, what do we have here? We have ourselves a 3, not a score. Young. Gunning it to Young. And sure enough, there is Mr. Girding right there. Girding bending down, and now he gets back up again. Nick Dubkowski behind him. Coach Jay Grissom, the head coach, he's chatting things over with Mr. Dubkowski. 3-0. You see the story right there. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the third. The first 2 runs came on a wild pitch and then a reach down error by Gibb. And then, of course, the home run by Casey in the third. And that's how we have ourselves a 3-0 ball game. Yep, it's that easy. Gird leads off, 7, 8, 9.
Number 24, Lucas Girding.
Luke Girding. First pitch coming up. Girding hits one out in the right field, but that one looks catchable. One gone. Sean Brewer caught it. Would you look at that? It's Nick Dubkowski. One pitch, one out. Not how you want to start off your inning if you're the good guys, but it's still all right. Come on, 13, stay hot. That's right. Coach Grissom's 100% right. First pitch coming up, Nick. Strike one. That ain't good, but it's still all right. I assure you everything's all right because we got a 3-run cushion for now. Ooh, Nick down 0-2. Obviously, you got to take some pitches after the first man gets out on the first pitch. You don't want it to be a quick and efficient inning here for Cole Young. And Nick Dubkowski trying to break it up here. 0-2. Good eye, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, ain't nobody on. There's Nick Dubkowski, the batter. As Cole Young gets set, 1-2 pitch. And that's 6 strikeouts now for Young, 2 gone. It's all right. As it looks like Cam Cook is up. Do not be mistaken, because Cam Cook is indeed up. Cam, the second baseman today, is going to ground one right to second. Not going to be easy. Throw down to first gets him. My goodness, he needs 6 pitches to get out of that inning. You talk about efficiency. That was pretty darn efficient. So let's think. After Young, Campbell, Nash, if I'm not mistaken, it would be bomb the order here for the Westlake Demons, consisting of Sean Biller, Ethan Thompson, James Steffes. I assume Redoni will be on the mound for Chardon St. V. St. M. Don't know what the score is of that game. I should see what it is in the future. You will know in the future, obviously. The game's probably over by now, considering how late this baby started. So after 4 innings, 7 strikeouts for Dan, 6 strikeouts for Young, 3 hits apiece, I believe. 1 walk apiece. Well, 3 runs for Cole Young and 0 for Dan Miller. That's been the difference out there, as it is, of course, you guessed it, a 3-0 score. Yep, Sean Biller does in fact lead off for the Demons on a chilly Tuesday. You know that for a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Gander lets it go down to Noah Radigan, and that means the 5th inning festivities will kick off. There is nobody on and nobody out. Dan recorded 3 strikeouts in that 4th inning. He'd love to do it again in the 5th. Wouldn't that be sweet, folks? I think it'd be super sweet. You can see it's pretty darn windy. Sean Biller takes the timeout. Again, your score 3-zip. Ball 1. Still all right, because you got a 3-run lead. Dan Miller ready, lets it go. Ooh, a drag bunt, and he bunts it foul. We're talking a 1-1 count now. The home plate umpire picks up the ball. Dan Miller again ready once again in a 1-ball, 1-strike count to nobody out. And this one's in a left field. Matt Dean, good beat on it, 1 gone. Matt Dean with a real good beat on that. Ethan Thompson's up. Ethan Thompson. 3-zip again. Good guys lead. Dan ready once again. The first pitch. Ball 1. That makes it 1-0. Dan Miller, the star right-hander, going fast as you might expect, especially in this day and age. Way back, way foul. Thank God my car was nowhere near that. One ball, one strike, one gone. Dan gonna let it go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Umpire gonna get it. One, 2 here with 1 gone in inning number 5. Umpire dusts off home plate. As Ethan Thompson trying to get something going for his Borman Demons. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dan Miller is dialed in. He's going to let it go. 2-2. Westlake again, 3 hits today. 3 hits, I think, for us. Casey with 2 of the hits. High and foul and back. Might reach the softball, or near the softball field. Reed Oney on it. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ethan Thompson, he is the third baseman today. Ganda's going to walk up and talk with Dan. And for a game that started pretty late, it's been going by pretty fast. Not even 70 minutes into the live stream and already 1 out recording the top half of the 5th. Two and 2 here, 1 gone. Dan Miller lets it go. And he got strikeout number 8 today. 2 gone. James Stuffus is up.
Now batting for Westlake, number 4, James Stuffus.
Stuffus with 2 gone here in the inning. Watches 1 the corner. It's nothing. I repeat, nothing at 1. How good is that? Dan Miller again. And he swings and misses. It's 0-2. It's been all Dan Miller so far on the mound. I know he's given up 3 hits, but he could not be more dominant. A case he'd love to get number 9 right here, right now. His stuff has stepped off the batter's box. Takes for a ball, 1-2. 1 and 2 here, 2 gone. Top half of the 5th. Dan Miller lets it go. Right to short. Noah Radigan catches the flare. And that's 4.5. And 5 shutout for Mr. Miller. 5 shutout for Dan Miller. How about that? It's the top of the order too. How about that? So, Mr. Ganda, who's winning the Chardonnay in the St. B. St. M game?
I don't know.
Mr. Shefferly? Yes, I am. Yep. We can check the score in just a minute. Remember, folks, winner of that game gets the winner of this game. I'm sorry about that. Chardonnay and the Hilltoppers. Thought they were the Hilltoppers. Just, I don't know. That's odd. Hopefully we do. Colton, Casey, Noah. There it is. Once the score is the question.
Oh, there we go.
play for Highland.
We got it. 1-0 Chardon in the top half of the 7th. Wow. We might draw the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers 3 outs away from being dealt the winner of this ball game. Colton Winston. Bunts and lays off 1-0. 1-0, so it's anybody's ball game. I'll tell you that. It's not anybody's ball game here. 3-0. Colton bunts backwards. So Chardon leads. That is quite interesting. Quite interesting. 1 ball, 1 strike. Colton fouls 1 out to left. Ain't nobody gonna get that. I say ain't nobody, I mean it. Colton struck out last at bat, but did get an infield hit and scored earlier today. 1-2. Ooh, I don't know how that missed, but I'll take it. 2-2. So 8 strikeouts compared to 6. 2-2 coming up. And there's 1 out to left, but I think that ball's going to be caught. 1 gone by the left fielder, Nick Sherwood. And here's a guy that knows how to homer. That's right, folks. I'm talking about Casey Miser, because he parked 1 over the center field wall. Casey Miser, this dude is 2 for 2. And this dude ain't afraid to be 3 for 3. He is not afraid. As noted by the fact that he hits 1 out to right on the line. That ball is a fair ball. He's going to get at least 2 out of this. He's pushing for 3. The throw down is way offline. He is now a double away from the cycle. Wow. You talk about a Casey Miser day to remember. No, Ragan can make this baby 4-0. Wouldn't that be sweet? Gotta lift 1 in the air. Deep. Coach Grissom cheering on Noah. That's always a good thing. What's not a good thing is that Noah whiffed. Casey right there at third. There is 1 gone on a Colton Winston fly out to left. That would have been nice had it came after the Casey triple. But you know what? It's 4-0 anyways. Base hit in the center field. Noah Radigan doing his job as you might expect. Now, Peyton Ganda. So we've scored every odd inning today, so that's something worth noting. It's worth noting that the Demons' backs are pinned against the wall now if they weren't already. 5th hit given up today for Young as he rifles strike 1, 0-1. Cole Young has 6 strikeouts, Dan Miller 8. Dan really beating him in every statistic so far. Backwards. We're talking about a 0-2 count. Dan Miller not on deck, but he is in the hole. Of course, our pitcher. And Ganda down swinging. That's the 2nd time Mr. Ganda struck out today. It's all right. It's all right. Grady Gibb is up. That was a quick out number 2 if I ever saw one. 3 pitches. He's got the strikeout. Quick strikeout, I ought to say. But the spin and the safe, so no need to freak out. Young 7. Dan with 8. Oh. 0-1. Grady Gibb is your batter in a 4-0 contest. And a right well hit, but I think that's going to be caught. It is caught by Sean Brewer. But hey, we got another run. Noah Radigan scoring Casey Meiser on a triple. I'm just saying, all Casey needs is a double, and he's got a cycle. My goodness. So is the game over there? I'm sorry about this. This game's going by fast, I'll admit that.
Okay, I wasn't.
I assume it's over. University Hilltoppers, they win it. They're up 1-0. They are in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody, I think they're just starting the bottom of the 7th. We probably will know who the winner is. We ought to keep it on. Perfect, Mr. Ganda, perfect. Winner's gonna play either us or the Demons, if the Demons have a comeback inside them. Let's hope not. They have the top of the order due up. That's Sean Brewer, Nick Sherwood, and Jake Young. Inning number 6, Good Guys 4, Demons zip. Dan Miller rifling some practice pitches out there is pitting Ganda.
At this time, we would like to recognize Highland athletic trainer John Buchetta. John does fantastic work all year, keeping our athletes healthy and on the field. Thank you very much, Trainer John, for your continued support and help.
Yep, John does a masterful job. So 3 hits given up today for Dan Miller, 5 hits given up today for Cole Young. All right, here we go.
Batting for Westlake, number 25, Sean Brewer.
Sean Brewer is leading off. That's 1, 2, 3. Dan Miller had a 1, 2, 3 inning, speaking of which last time around in the 5th. Love to have another 1, 2, 3 inning through the top half of the lineup. Brewer launches 1-0. 8 Ks today for Dan through 5. And here comes the 0-1, or 1-0. He guns it in there. Looks like it's still 1 zip. Chardon trying to advance. Ooh, hot shot, base hit. Could be 2 perhaps. He's going to try to hold instead. That's the wise idea, because we're going to get that one in fast. Brewer with the 4th hit today for Westlake. Nick Sherwood is now batting. Yes, sir, Nick Sherwood. Demons down 4. You don't have to get a strikeout, but you don't. More importantly, your second double play of the ball game, weren't you, folks? Alrighty, 0-1 now.
Like, that means that your hand shaking.
Yeah, it's cold.
I don't feel cold.
Because you got a jacket on, Logan.
I'm sorry, so.
Don't be sorry. You were thinking. Pickoff attempt. Nothing in 1. All we need are 6 outs. We'll play Chardon or St. V. St. M. That is off the cage. Yeah. 0-2 now. Dan Miller trying to get Nick Sherwood out. Sherwood been a tough out. It's Westlake not trying to go away very easily. 0-2 pitch, run goes, hit and run found, and another one off the screen. So back-to-back pitches that wind up in the screening. Looks like we're gonna have our work cut out for us.
Still 0-2.
Not in 2. So the hit and run didn't work, but I won't be surprised if Brewer tries to go again. Oh, perfect. Number 9 for Dan Miller. Now it's Jake Young to the dish.
Number 2, Jake Young.
With 1 on and 1 out. Dan Miller getting ready once again. He'd love to get that pickoff instead. I was thinking he was going to go for the pitch. I don't think there are limits on pickoffs in high school. Maybe there are. He misses that one low. 1 out. Want to get that ground ball if you're Jake Young. Or if you're Dan Miller. If you're Jake Young, you'd hate to get a ground ball. 4 hits surrendered by Dan so far in this contest. Hasn't had a multi-hit inning. I don't think he's had a multi-base runner inning yet.
You're still in a shutout.
1 ball, 1 strike.
5 1/3 shutout innings for Dan Miller.
Dan looking for that ground ball. Lobs it down. He really lobbed that thing down. Didn't really gun it. Better to lob it than gun it, because if you gun it down, oh boy, that ball might get away from Gibb. That's foul out to left. And so the count becomes 1-2. It looks like we're going to need some baseballs out there, so Luke is going to try to get some. Coach Winston talking things over with the home plate umpire.
When it comes to the top of the 7, when they start heading towards the third base side,
You will.
I would. You want to do it with me?
I think I'm going to hold here until the end of the game. You do you, Logan.
1-2 on Sherwood.
Waste pitch, snap, throw, he's toast. Throw down to short, they got him. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Coach Grissom and the gang can't believe it. Good speed there by Sean Brulard. That's Jake Young. And a double play does us no justice, or a ground ball does us no justice. 2-2, 1 man out. One more ground ball, double play scenario. And he wastes another full count. Cole Young patiently on deck. Remember, folks, Dan hasn't had 2 on in 1 inning so far today. He'd hate for that to happen.
So far, Tommy,
Yes?
this has been unruly a pitches duel
Sort of, yes.
from all 5.5, 6.5 innings, about 6.5 innings of work.
Yep.
As Cole Young would be next at the plate after.
Jake Young.
They're both brothers.
I assume they are. 3-2, full count. Dan Miller gonna let it go. And that's what you need, a pop-up to shallow left. Nick Dubkowski, good catch. Cole Young trying to help out. Once again, a dormant Demons offense. Top half of inning number 6. 2 men retired out here. Cole Young.
Cole Young to the plate.
There's 2 gone. Good stab by Peyton. Not easy being a catcher out there, I tell you that. Not easy whatsoever. Got a lot of fast pitchers heading your way. The 1-0 coming up. There we go, 1-1. Cole Young can't believe it. There's a man at second, 2 gone. Dan Miller doing a good job right now. Here we go. He's gotten set. He's eyeing the runner at second and Brewer. Does he dare to go down third? Nope. And now he's a strike away from shutout inning number 6. Dan Miller really cruising out there. Money's not out of the woods yet. Dan Miller looking for out number 3. Here we go. 1-2. Pitch. In the air, shallow first and caught by Gibb. So Dan Miller now, 6 shutout innings. He's really feeling it out there. Just like Mr. Krabs. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it? I tell you, Dan Miller's feeling it right now. Assume the game is... Oh, St. Vincent M won. They won. Wow, can I show that? Holy cow, they came back. They came back. A bases loaded walk to win it. Winner's going to get the Irish, as we've had an incredible development out of the University of Akron. Oh, that's got to be tough. What happened? Let's look.
Hit by a pitch.
Hit by...
Ground out.
Ground out. Hit by pitch. Ground out. 2 hit by pitches. Double to tie it. Intentional walk. Bases loaded walk. That's tough, giving up 1 hit. Oh, that is tough. You got to feel for the Chardon pitcher. So Chardon will not advance. Winner's getting the Irish.
Yeah, but that was a smart play because you had
Yeah, you got an empty bag at first.
a ground out down to second.
Dan Miller trying to help out his own cause. It's official. St. V. St. M2. Chardon 1. Again, I repeat, St. V. St. M2. Chardon 1. Excuse me for that, folks. The Irish win on a walk-off bases loaded walk. 6, 7, 8, 2 up for the Black and Green Brigade. You could argue the Demons are also the Black and Green Brigade.
Tell me who takes Gary Vee.
Chardon.
Okay.
So we got them next, if we can hold on.
Where's
No.
that going to be at? Any idea?
Brunswick.
Okay.
So it's not that far. It was 1-0 Chardon heading into the bottom of the 7th.
Oh, wow.
2 hit batters, a ground out, a 1 hit batter, ground out, another hit batter. Here's what happened, Mrs. Miser. A hit batter, then a ground out, then another hit batter, then a double, intentional walk, bases loaded walk.
Wheels fell off.
Yep, that's a shame. 2-0, 2 runs, 1 hit, that's right. I am stunned, I tell you. 2-0, Dan Miller hits one on a line out to left, I think. Yep, it's caught by Sherwood, 1 gone. Winners getting the Irish as Luke Girding comes up to the plate.
Now batting for Highland, number 24, Lucas Girding.
They play at the University of Akron St. Vincent, I believe, which is hard to believe. Oh, Luke Girding's up. That's not hard to believe. What's hard to believe is that he looks silly on that. He almost never looks silly. 0-1. 0-1 here to Gird. Cole Young hasn't had a shabby day as it's 0-2. He's just really what's been the issue. On his side, you might say Casey Miser is. He's 3 for 3 with a single home run and triple in that order. 0-2 pitch. Ball 1 upstairs. Cole Young still staying out there. There's 1 gone here in the bottom half of inning number 6. The pitch. And Luke Girding down looking. What is that now? 7 strikeouts, I think. 2 gone.
Now batting for Highland, number 13,
Nick Dubkowski is up.
Dubkowski.
Nick Dubkowski, tonight's 3rd baseman for the good guys. Cole Young fires strike 1. Cheering on Mr. Dubkowski as he's getting back in the batter's box. That's right, folks. Fouls out 1-0-2. He's a strike away, Young, from a 1-2-3. Hasn't had too many of those today. So, who will draw the Irish? We'll see in a matter of time. 0-2 pitch. No, he did not, says the home plate umpire. It is 1-2. Those are his words, not mine. Cole Young gets ready. And Nick Dubkowski waits. Nick Dubkowski fouls one back. Again, the winner goes to Brunswick to play the Irish at St. Vincent, St. Mary. The loser's going to have to watch that game from home or at Brunswick. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nick Dubkowski down swinging. You know what that means, folks? It's time for Dan Miller to finish what he started. You know that guy is hungry. Wherever he is out there. We'll get him in a minute. There he is, folks, the man of the hour. Dan Miller. So it's 5, 6, 7, and Chris Campbell, Andrew Nash, Sean Biller. There's a good look at Dan. Oh, shaky, I admit that. So we'll zoom out a little bit. 5, 6, 7 to up for the Demons. It's Cole Fernandez finishes his catching duties. It's Ganda. Might have been out there for some bullpen work. I know Dan Miller would love to finish what he started and punch our ticket to the Devil Den, you might say. That game will be Thursday at 5 p.m. We won't be going live. We will be doing it after the fact because it's at a neutral spot. So Chris Campbell leads off for the Demons. Chris Campbell.
Nobody for Westlake, number 43, Chris Campbell.
Dan Miller with 4 hits given up today and 9 strikeouts. Starts off the inning with a strike 0-1, taken the whole way there by Campbell. Dan Miller lets it go 0-1. Dan Miller playing him like a fiddle right now. 0-2 following that swing and miss. Don't know how many pitches Dan has thrown thus far. But I do know it's 0-2. Ain't nobody out. Wind continuing to howl out there. Out to center, 0-2. Having a 1 ball out of the way there, Chris Campbell. I know you want to take one for the team, but taking one of the noggins not ideal. Fouls that one, spoils at third base side. The Westlake Demons coach has it. Yep, it's a cold and windy day here in Granger. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dan Miller again set once again his 1-2 offering. Ganda has to block it. 2-2. Count that start off 0-2. Now 2-2. 6 pitches of the at-bat. Again, Andrew Nash waits patiently on deck. 2-2. Hit high in the air, shallow off. Matt Dean's going to get underneath it and catch it. 1 gone. So now it's Andrew Nash's turn to bat. Number 13, that's Alex Moran. Alex Moran pinch hitting for the Demons. Any lightning in a bottle, and any lightning in a bottle immediately. Ground ball to second. Cam Cook there, throw down at first, and that gets away from Gibb. Nice try, nice try. Can't be that mad. It wasn't going to be easy.
Number 1, Sean Biller.
Sean Biller's up. That's the first error today by the good guys. Of course, Westlake can error today. But Gavin McMillan out at second. Of course, he's not batting. Ground ball to short second. Game is more than likely over. Foul ball 0-1. If we win, we're going to Brunswick. We lose, we're not going to Brunswick. Mr. Ganda's 100% right. 0-1, Dan Miller. Staying calm as one can be. 0-1. High and fouling back. Nobody's going to catch that. Ooh, that one landed right in those shrubs right there. I was a little surprised about that. 0-2, Dan Miller. That's back in action. It's nothing in 2 pitch coming up. Dan Miller in the air out to right. That ball is going to be, oh, thank God it's foul. If that thing were fair, they may have had their first run of the ball game. Who knows? Can't really tell from this angle here as Luke Girding was hustling hard to get that. Couldn't get there though. Right here, right now, that's right. Dan Miller looking to finish what he started. He's got 9 strikeouts today. He's pitched a whale of a game. Sean Biller watches. 1-2. Good stab by Ganda. Alex Moran is at first with 1 gone here in the 7th inning. We only have 5 hits. The Demons with 4. 1-2 pitch. Got him looking, and we have him down their last out. It is Ethan Thompson, their last hope.
Now batting for Westlake, number 32, Ethan Thompson.
A revenge game, as I hyped it up, folks, because they beat us 8-4 last time. We're trying to get that revenge in the postseason. Look at Dan Miller right there, folks. This dude is hungry. There's one in the air, shallow center field, and caught by Cam Cook. The game is over. Hornets have a date with the St. V. St. M. Irish in the district finals. Brunswick Thursday at 5. And it's a Highland Hornet victory. 4-0, your final here in beautiful Granger. The good guys season still alive, and you got to feel for Westlake. They had a whale of a season. They beat us, of course, at Westlake High School, 8-4. They couldn't beat us in the playoffs, but they did beat us in the regular season, but when it mattered most, could not. I repeat, could not get it done. But still, the Demons have nothing, and I repeat, nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of. 4-0, our players of the game. We're going to give it out to 2 dudes. The first one is the man that pitched that game, Dan Miller. Dan Miller, 7 shutout innings, 4 hits, 10 strikeouts. I'll tell you who's, and Casey Miser, also a player of the game. Casey Miser had a phenomenal one, 3 for 3, single, home run, triple in that order. Not easy to do what Casey Miser did, but Casey hit one over the center field wall. And this game is history. I tell you who's going to be happy today, Mr. Jay Grissom of the Highland Hornets, the head coach of the baseball team. He's going to be super pumped. I'd be pumped too. You're playing the St. V. St. M. Irish in the district finals. Ain't no complaints from the Highland faithful today. Good guys have won it. Season's still alive. Season's still alive and well. Excuse me, guys. Of course, Coach Grissom usually doesn't like it whenever I film his gang out there. So we'll let him be on the very last live stream of the 2024-25 school year. Makes me sad thinking about it. But what doesn't make me sad is that the last live stream of the school year was a very successful one in a 4-0 victory. Again, Dan Miller and Casey Miser are your players of the ball game. Dan Miller, 7 shutout innings, pitched a complete game, of course. And of course, who do you call him? Casey Miser, 3 for 3 in the contest. 3 of the 5 hits. What was it? I think it was no runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Demons. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the good guys. Don't quote me on that, folks. Please quote me in the fact that we did win it by a final score of 4-0. Still giving Coach Grissom and his gang some breathing room out there. As the good guys win it 4-0. And we're going to bring it in. What was it, 4 runs, 5 hits?
I didn't add my hits.
It's all right.
Sorry.
You're good, you're good, you're good. Well, Dan, you and Casey are both players of the game. Dan, 7 shutouts.
Go Hornets!
Yes, go Hornets. That's right. How do you do that? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Dan Miller, we got shelled to Westlake earlier this season. We knew we had to get revenge. How did we get revenge?
Casey Miser, Casey Miser. Big fly. Oh, him. Let's go.
Yes, Dan, you did a lot. I mean, you got 7 shutout under your belt.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
My defense behind me helps me out all the time, and then I try to gain it back behind the play of my life. So
That was 10 strikeouts out there. What can you say about the defense as well on behalf of your pitching?
I mean, defense made all their plays they need to. Cam in almost played the second. Noah that shoots up and played the third. I mean, that gives us a game right there.
All right, Dan, go celebrate this one. We got the Irish next. 2-1 was the final there. They walked it off. Where is Casey? He also won player of the game. He's a little bit busy right now. He's a little bit busy. Nick had a good game. Everybody here had a good day, to say the least. Season ain't over till we say it's over. Yep, look, good game out there. Where'd Coach Grissom go? Mr. Grissom right there. There's a free-for-all on this Highland ball field. Well, Coach Grissom, we got revenge, didn't we? We got some good revenge, didn't we, Coach Grissom?
Well, we got to win.
Yep.
I'm not concerned about revenge. I'm concerned about moving on.
All right, and as you say it best, 1 game at a time. How do we continue to go 1 game at a time?
We'll win a game on Thursday.
Yep, beat the Irish.
That's right.
Good luck, Coach Grissom, as always. No, thank you. Yeah, see in Brunswick, Noah, that's right. You know, their ball field's named after a BW alum. Yes. What, Dan? What'd you say?
Who threw for St. V?
I don't know. I just know that they walked it off 2-1.
They walked it off?
Yeah, walk off, bases loaded, walk. And the Irish are next.
I thought it was shorter.
I thought so too, Logan. I mean, you're up 1-0, hanging to the bottom of the 7th. Odds are things going your way. Casey Miser, the home run man. How do you do it? Win.
Abo Taco, as they call it.
I mean, Oppo Taco, dude. Top low down.
So, Casey,
Tommy, what's up?
how do we deal with St. V. St. M next?
Gotta lock in. They're a good squad, so it's gonna be a tough one, but we got a good squad here. I think we can get it done.
And don't forget, 3 hits out there. You wish you got a double.
You know, at the end of the day, it stings a little bit, but you know, can't complain.
Oh, no, not at all, Casey. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Let's beat the Irish. Beat the Irish. That's the story. Tommy Maroon here, thanking you for watching all season long on the live streams. This was, of course, the last live stream we had this school year. As the good guys down Westlake 4-0. We're gonna go to Brunswick. We're gonna play. Oh, you know it, guys. You know it, fellas. We got the St. V. St. M. Irish next. And I wish we beat the Irish. Like how I said that, folks, I know, pretty funny. But what's not funny is Westlake still had a great season. They should not beat themselves up. The seniors ought to keep their heads up high. They did a dandy. They did beat us this year. They couldn't beat us in the playoffs, but they still had a great season. And we've had a lot of fun this year. Tommy Maroon, thank you for watching all live stream season long. Don't worry, Thursday we got the Irish of St. V. St. M. Till next time, peace out. So long from Granger.